Now, Neo 89 started deliveries just in the last month of March. Now it has been like what, 2 weeks Neo delivering this car, and so many of the investors wonder how the car is doing performance wise in terms of deliveries, which unfortunately many people don't have that info, but I'm sure that the top executives of Neo knows already the total number of cars they've delivered. I mean, we continues, or us as investors, one thing that we are just seeing on the streets of social media though is that there's a quite number of people that are taking their deliveries of the ET9, which shows us that the deliveries continues. We are seeing ET9 being delivered to the customers midweek. This week we saw, of course, the top executive of JD got his 89 delivered by the new CEO, which was something that was just so great to see, because it appears that this car is also attracting top executives of big companies in China, which is something that is massive, something that is great, and it speaks volumes about the kind of a car that Neo has built, right? I mean, one thing that I'm liking, or I like about the ET9, which I've been stressing and I'll continue stressing, is for a fact that you will know that this car gross margins, like I said, I'm quite certain that they are so high. Because why? This is the first car that is using Neo's autonomous driving chip. Number two, this is the first car that is using Neo's operating system, SkyOS, which this obviously is the one thing that will make this car to have some pretty good decent gross margins. There are also other parts that Neo has produced, or it's producing internally, which this again is going to help Neo get to the next level in terms of the growth margins, which then we can all agree that with all these things improving the vehicle margin of this car, it will end up boosting Neo as a whole, which is something that is great, because the gross margins, or the good gross margins of this car will rub off onto the other models, onto the other brands that Neo is selling, which is something that is very, very good. Talk about gross margins, one thing that, another car that I believe in gross margins it will do very well is the Firefly sub brand, or the Firefly model, because you will know that even with the 20% tariff increase that are in Europe, Neo CEO had said that they can still win with exporting that car to the European market, which is something that is great, something that is exciting. And the good thing about the European market, Neo does not have to build new stores or new showrooms for the European customers to see this car, but you will know that wherever you see a Neo store, there will be also a Firefly inside the Neo store, which is something that is great. In some of the stores you also see an Onvo, which is great, as this makes people to be aware that look, Firefly and Onvo, they are all part of Neo's family, which is something that is great, something that is exciting, and it will be one of the things that improves the sales, the demand that comes onto these cars. I mean, the video we saw today was showing another customer picking up his Neo ET9, which was something that is great. Even there's some of the big influencers. I mean, there's a guy apparently who has got over 170,000 followers on his social media page, who also got his ET9 today delivered to him, or handed over to him, which was so great, so amazing. And it looks like the ET9 is really attracting people of high class, people up there, which is something that is just so great. You will know that it cannot be afforded by just anyone. This car, its starting price, it's around $100,000, and therefore this simply means that obviously those that buy this car, they must have some pretty good decent pockets, or their pockets must be deep, right? Which is something that obviously, based off what we are seeing, all the people, or majority of the people collecting this, it looks like that's the case. And yeah, hopefully this car does well, because just after 12 hours they were launched. You'll know that the limited edition, the 999 cars limited edition of this model, they were all sold out in a space of less than 12 hours, which is something that's great, and shows you that even demand wise, this is a car that we might expect, or we can expect it to do very, very well regardless of the price. I know we won't expect 10,000, I know we won't expect 15,000, but 2,000-3,000 of the sales of this car will still be so great, I'm telling you. looking at the amount of price or at the amount of money that Neo is selling this car with. I mean, 1,000 sales of this car, it equates to roughly around $100 million. So if Neo sells just 1,000 of these cars, that's $100 million of revenues that they generated on a month. And I think, no doubt, that Neo is sitting with probably a minimum of 5,000 orders of this car. I think so, and more orders are still coming. But I think, honestly, Neo might be sitting with 10,000 logged orders of this car. I think so, and hopefully they get that, hopefully they deliver, and hopefully their users can obviously recommend this car to the other high profile personnel to come or to consider buying this car. I mean, one of the biggest selling point of this car is their suspension, which is quite unique. There is no car or new energy vehicle car that is selling their cars with the kind of suspensions that you find onto the ET9, which is something that is great, something that is very exciting. And this, my friends, makes me to want to load the boat. So yeah, man, I thought I'd give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one, man. And God bless you all.